The average car payment in the United States is now over $700 a month. Some of you are pushing $1,000 for a truck you use to haul exactly 3 bags of mulch once a year from Home Depot. Let me be clear. If you have a car payment, your bank doesn't love you. They aren't helping you get to work. They are holding your future hostage in a leather-trimmed, heated seat cage. We've reached a point where people treat having a car note as a fundamental law of physics, like gravity, or the fact that the McRib always comes back to haunt us. You think you need it. You think it's just a monthly expense? It's not. It's a psychological parasite. Today, I'm going to show you the math that proves you're essentially lighting a retirement-sized bonfire in your driveway every single morning. If you find this offensive, good. Your bank account is an ER patient, and I'm the surgeon who doesn't use anesthesia. Let's talk about why you do this. Humans are wired for status signaling. Back in the day, status was having the biggest hut or the sharpest spear. Now, in the glorious year 2026, status is driving a $70,000 SUV that loses 20% of its value the moment your greasy hands touch the steering wheel. The American middle class is obsessed with looking rich while being functionally insolvent. You've been sold a lie that a reliable car costs $50,000. You tell yourself, I need it for the safety of my children. Really? Because a 2019 Toyota with 60,000 miles is basically a death trap, right? No. You want the Apple CarPlay, the panoramic sunroof, and the look on your neighbor's face when you pull in. That's not a transportation strategy, that's a narcissistic tax. This is loss aversion and hyperbolic discounting at work. You value the high of the new car smell now more than you value not eating cat food when you're 70. The dealership finance manager, who by the way is a predatory shark in a cheap suit, knows this. He doesn't ask you what the car costs, he asks, what can you afford per month? That is the most dangerous question in the English language. When you answer that, you've already lost. You've stopped looking at the price of the asset and started looking at how much of your lifeblood you can bleed out every 30 days without fainting. We are now seeing 72-month and 84-month loans. That's 7 years! You are financing a depreciating asset for longer than most marriages last. By the time you own that car, the technology is obsolete, the transmission is slipping, and you've paid enough in interest to fund a small coup in a developing nation. It's a mental illness. You are addicted to the new, and the banks are your dealers. Alright, losers, break out the calculators. Let's do some real math. Not girl math, not bro math, but opportunity cost math. Let's take the average payment, $725. Let's say you're a standard consumer. You get a new car every 6 years, you always have a payment. From age 25 to age 65, you are paying that $725. If you took that $725 a month and instead of giving it to Ford Credit or Toyota Financial, you put it into a boring S&P 500 index fund averaging a 10% annual return, do you know what you'd have after 40 years? $4 million. That sensible mid-sized SUV just cost you $4 million in retirement wealth. You aren't driving a car, you're driving a Ferrari-sized hole in your future net worth. But wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about depreciation. A car loses about 60% of its value in 5 years. If you buy a $50,000 car, you are literally lighting $30,000 on fire over 60 months. That's $500 a month in invisible costs just for the privilege of the car sitting in your driveway, losing value while you sleep. Add in full coverage insurance because the bank owns the car, you have to carry the highest premiums. That's another $150 to $250 a month. Add in registration taxes based on the value of the car, and the interest. At current rates, a 7% loan on $40,000 over 72 months means you're paying nearly $9,000 in interest alone. You are working 10 to 15 hours every single week just to pay for the vehicle that gets you to the job where you earn the money to pay for the vehicle. It's a closed-loop system of stupidity. You are a hamster in a wheel, and the wheel is made of chrome and has a 5-star safety rating. Okay, the roasting is over. Now I'm going to tell you how to stop being a statistic. This isn't get rich quick, this is stop being poor slowly. Step 1. The beater phase. If you are currently underwater or struggling with a massive payment, sell the damn thing. I don't care if you have to drive a 2012 Honda Civic that looks like it was used in a demolition derby. If it runs and the AC works, it's a luxury vehicle compared to being broke. Step 2. Pay yourself the car payment. Once that loan is gone, do not stop spending that $725. But instead of sending it to the bank, send it to a high-yield savings account or a brokerage account. In 2 years, you'll have over $17,000 in cash. Step 3. Buy in cash. When your beater finally dies, and it will, you go out and you buy a $15,000 car in cash, no interest, no debt, no approval needed. You own the title. The bank can't touch you. Step 4. The Perpetual Car Fund. Continue to pay yourself a smaller amount, say $300 a month, into a dedicated car fund. By the time that $15,000 car wears out in 5 to 8 years, you'll have $30,000 waiting in an account to buy your next one. You will never, for the rest of your life, pay a cent of interest to a car company again. Step 5. Reject the Joneses. Your neighbor Todd is going to pull up in a new Tesla. He's going to look at your 10-year-old Toyota and feel superior. Let him. Todd is one layoff away from a repossession. Todd has $400 in his savings account. You have a 6-figure brokerage account and zero stress. Todd is a slave. You are a sovereign individual. Look, I get it. Walking into a dealership and getting approved feels like an achievement. It feels like you've made it. But approval is just a bank's way of saying they've calculated exactly how much they can squeeze out of you before you break. If you want to keep being the bank's favorite little profit center, go ahead. Go get that 84-month loan on the King Ranch edition. The leather is very soft. It'll feel great while you're crying about your 401k balance in 20 years. But if you want to actually own your life, stop buying things you can't afford to impress people you don't like with money you don't have. Subscribe to this channel if you want more brutal truths that your finance influencer friends are too scared to tell you because they're busy selling you a course on dropshipping. Or don't subscribe. Keep your $800 payment. I'm just a stickman on the internet. My car is paid off and my coffee is cold. Go away now.